It's about a half a megawatt.
Half a megawatt. But your zoning code has certain requirements for special use permits in it, Calvin. So I'm gonna take a look at that.
Well,
But
and that,
it's only your zoning code that you have to do. Did you say 1.5 or half? Megawatt.
half megawatt. Pardon?
I didn't know he was doing this until I saw that.
Well, the one that we want is
That one I was aware of.
Are we all ready? Call the Oglesby City Council meeting to order.
Augubright.
Here.
Cullinan. Curran.
Here.
Mieski.
Here.
Rivara.
Here. Pledge of allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I need a motion and second to approve the minutes from the September 7th, 2021 regular meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve the minutes from the September 7, 2021 regular meeting.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye. Public comments on agenda items only. Having none, we'll move on. I need a motion and second to approve bills as presented for payment.
I'll make a motion to approve bills as presented for payment.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye. Number 7 is approve the city support for the development of a proposed solar project at the Oglesby Fire Station site.
So what's in front of you there is, I only was going to print out one of them, but the clerk was kind enough to print out a copy for everybody here if they'd like to take a look at it. It's essentially the exact same as what was put out 2 years ago. We put out an application for both the IVCC site and the site behind the fire station. In the application, I went through it the day that it had to be submitted, and nearly everything was the same. There was a couple changes that they had to new questions. And the reason that's important is, a couple of years ago, this same thing went up with the city and it got denied. And that council, I think they probably made a pretty good decision because there was a lot of things in there that wasn't so great for the city necessarily. But one of the questions is different now. Matter of fact, it's 3.3D. They ask about preferred site should be granted for IMEA for normal consideration. If the member proposes otherwise, the member shall specify the annual dollar amount of compensation and all other IMEA cost considerations it would require for IMEA for the life of project control and use of the land. So the official response that I came up with was there, as I said, City of Oglesby would prefer IVCC to be selected as preferred location for solar site, but if not, an engineering estimate of assumed costs and potential revenue loss for agriculture will be sent to the IMEA if selected as an option. So in other words, before, they weren't going to compensate us for any cost for the land, or I believe that, Dom, correct me if I'm wrong, I think it was toll charges was a concern?
Correct.
So because they didn't have that number in there specifically, I just put it that we would get the estimate and send it to them for that. And it did get approved by them. So again, I'd still like to get the IVCC site as well, but to me, if the city's not going to have any way to have any kind of revenue loss for this, I think it'd be a good idea for us to be a green print.
So the costs are include like the transformer or whatever else to connect it?
Yeah, I think they were going to pay that in the first place. The concern was,
Okay, well then,
I think the concern was toll charges, and then we wouldn't be compensated for any of the land use. But I think if I'm correct, we only get like $500 a
yeah,
year
we
for.
don't make much off
We
it.
don't get anything out of that. So the real concern was the toll charges.
Okay.
So, any other? Now I don't know why they haven't sent the letter yet about the IVCC site. That one I'm a little bit more interested in, but either one I think it's a good thing for us to get.
We can still work on that one, Jason.
All right. If there's no other questions, I'd like to make a motion to approve the city support for the development of the proposal solar project at the Oglesby Fire Station site.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Sauer.
Aye. Got one other thing in here that, Mike Pico didn't get it to us in time. He has requested to close Glen Street from First Street south to the alley on October 2nd from 4 to 10 for a block party. The neighbors seem to be supportive of it, so I thought that was something that we could act on if the council's support.
Till what time at night? Till 10 o'clock?
4 to 10.
That's when the sound ordinance takes effect.
Yeah, so it's
we're
not,
good.
I don't think that's really a concern because we're not going past the sound order. So really, we're just closing the street down is all we're doing, really.
From First Street to the alley.
Down at-
It's not a very trafficked road unless you've got ball games going on down at Gandolfi Field. And so I don't know what that schedule looks like, if there is any.
We don't have any that night.
The only thing I don't like about it is that it's not on the agenda. So we don't know if there would be a whole bunch of residents that would be neighbors that would be upset and want to come to this to oppose it or something. So that's my only concern about that. But I mean, if we already got a consensus from the neighbors, then it's probably not a concern.
From what I understand, the neighbors are supportive of it.
I believe the neighbors are probably partaking in the block party.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just guessing.
Yeah.
Neighborhood block party, so.
I'll make a motion to, what street was it? It was First Street to the alley?
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to close
Glen.
Glen Street from First Street to the alley on October 2nd from 4 to 10 p.m. to facilitate for a block party.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan. Curran.
Aye.
Mieski.
Aye.
Rivera.
Aye. Is there any old business? Having none. Public comments? None. Commissioner reports.
I have nothing to report tonight, Dom.
Last time, we already talked about activity with the police department and Randy Leininger becoming the, thank you. Leininger. Nobody can say Lieski, I can't say Leininger. But thank you. Being the officer of the month. I can say that with the fire department, they did have 17 calls, which is a little bit up for them. And they did get the generator hooked up thanks to the electric department, so we now have that place backed up for generator and able to safely open the doors and, when we have outages. And with the ambulance, they again had 69 call-outs, with 21 of those being transferred. So that's really all I have tonight.
For water, they're going to be doing hydrant flushes starting October 4th, the week of that. Should only take a couple days, but just expect that. They'll work with the schools as well to make sure they're aware of it so they don't have a low-pressure situation. As far as street department, next meeting, I'll have the dates for when we're looking to do the fall leaf pickup and chipping that we'll do. And they've just kind of been busy with doing some prep work for Seneca Square, getting everything kind of moving along. That's all I got.
I just wanted to announce that coming up in October, we're going to have the Harvest Fest on the 16th of October. It'll be from 11 to 5, and it'll be at Seneca Square. That's all I got. 1 to 5?
I've got a couple things. I'd like to thank the city workers for the great job in making our little booze cruise and barbecue such a success. Music was great. I want to thank everybody that came. I think it's a good move for us on the solar project. The city has run into a problem with some contractors' residents who do not follow the rules. You all need to understand that you can't put a fence or a shed on top of the city's utilities. That makes it a nightmare. facade program, the city is looking at ways that we might help businesses in 2022. So, and the applicants have to follow the rules. With that, I'll take the motion that we adjourn.
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
Second.
Augubright.
Aye.
Cullinan.
Aye.
Curran.
Aye.
Yasi.
Aye.
Rivara.
Aye.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll find out.